You ever get that feeling standing in your own house doing something as simple as moving a couch and suddenly you're the villain in someone else's story? Yeah, that happened. Let me back up a sec. I'm Marcus Johnson, and a few weeks ago the HOA president here called the cops on me, swore up and down I was a burglar. She told them, "There's a stranger in the military family's cabin." 3 patrol cars pulled up like I was running a heist, and all I was holding was a letter from my son Jake, written from Afghanistan. My crime, just setting up the old place for Jake's homecoming. But see, Victoria, our HOA president, she picked the wrong guy. Because when you try to humiliate a soldier's family, you're not just messing with one person, you're poking the hornet's nest. And, well, what happened next? It shook up our whole lakeside community. I didn't just fight back, I took down the entire HOA, and I'll tell you right now, I did it in a way nobody will ever forget. You know what I mean? You save for years, every overtime hour, every budget cut, just to get a little cabin by Crystal Lake. 10 years of work, every penny stashed away, and finally I'd managed to buy it outright. It became a kind of sanctuary for my family, especially for Jake. I was setting everything up that morning, his favorite leather couch in just the right spot with the lake glinting through the windows, when I heard these sharp clicking footsteps on the porch. It's Victoria, all dolled up in her business whites and holding a clipboard like she was here to do a tax audit, not wish a neighbor good morning. She didn't look at me, really. She was casing the place, eyes darting over every finish, every fixture, like she was running the numbers in her head. "Hello, Marcus," she said, real smooth voice, sticky sweet. "This view must be worth a lot." And the way she dragged out "a lot," let's just say I got the message. She started probing about Jake. Was he around much or just visiting? I told her, yeah, he's coming home from Afghanistan soon, expecting her to at least fake some gratitude or respect. Instead, she says, "What a waste for a place like this to sit empty." You ever feel someone kick dirt in your face and smile while they do it? That's how it felt. I tried to keep it civil, but she just went straight into her pitch. "You're breaking HOA rules, Marcus. Can't move furniture without permission." She waves the clipboard like a badge. Then I hear Ruth from the next cabin whispering about Victoria's obsession with high-value properties. For a second, Victoria's mask slips, and there it is, pure hungry greed. As she left, turning back to scan the cabin like she was appraising it for auction, I felt a chill. The whole exchange was off, you know? She wasn't just nosy. She'd marked me, marked my family's place. That night, an official-looking email lands in my inbox. Cabin violation mandatory meeting. All because I set up a couch. Give me a break. So I show up at the meeting still hoping it's a misunderstanding. But no. Victoria is running the show. She's got a poster with lakeside community upgrades plastered behind her glossy real estate photos on display. She clicks through a presentation about underused cabins and potential. I ask, "What's wrong with my cabin?" She says, "Your son's away most of the time. This view should be appreciated every day." She wants it. Doesn't even bother to deny it. She says, "I want what's best for the community," as if pushing out families like mine is some kind of civic duty. Then comes the vote. 6-1. They fine me. $1,000. Suspend my cabin for 60 days. 60 days. Just long enough to wreck Jake's homecoming. Victoria leans in, smiling. "People are very interested in your cabin. And you can tell this isn't about some HOA bylaw. This is about money, about turning lakeside homes into luxury resorts." You think I'd roll over? Not a chance. I keep working on the cabin for Jake next morning. I'm installing a handmade kitchen table when Victoria comes stomping back now with 2 lawyers in tow. "You broke the suspension order," she says. One lawyer, slick as oil, slides up. "We can help. Sell your cabin for a reasonable price. Avoid legal trouble." Reasonable meaning whatever they want to pay. I told them flat out, "Not selling." Victoria's eyes went cold. There are many ways to convince you. It wasn't a threat. It was a promise. I finish my work, try to ignore the threat. Sirens start wailing outside. 3 police cruisers pull up, lights flashing. Victoria is standing with the officers, giving them her best concerned citizen act. He's mentally unstable, officer, I warned him. I'm out on the porch, hands up, holding Jake's letter, heart pounding. One officer, young guy, looks around at the photos and the letter. Sir, this place looks like you're waiting for someone to come home. That nearly broke me. Yeah. My son's coming back from Afghanistan. I see his face change. He gets it. But the damage is done. The neighbors saw me treated like a criminal, saw Victoria stage a public humiliation. And you know what? That's exactly how she wanted it. Next thing I know, Ruth's at my door shaking. Victoria's got strangers walking your property, taking pictures. I run outside. There's Victoria and 3 realtors, business suits, measuring tape, snapping photos, talking price right in front of me. The current owner's having problems. Victoria says it might sell cheap. Like I'm not even standing there. I'm not selling, I tell her, and she just shrugs. Marcus, after the police incident, your reputation's damaged. I'm helping you find a way out. The cruelty was breathtaking. Turns out these friends of hers have been buying up cabins cheap after Victoria targets families with bogus fines and threats. Ruth whispers every cabin they bought had problems with Victoria first. It hits me like a slap. She's running a scam, systematically pushing out families to hand over properties to her real estate pals. That night, I hear noise out front. Somebody's planting a for sale sign in my yard. Professionally printed Victoria's name on it. By sunrise, 3 neighbors have called asking if I'm moving. Word spreads fast. Victoria's next move, an emergency meeting to discuss seizing my cabin for community use. Not the city, just her. I call Jake in Afghanistan through all the red tape just to tell him, son, they're coming for our cabin. He says, Dad, I'll help. That call gave me the strength I needed. I pull every document, photos, letters, proof of purchase, the original bylaws. I ask Ruth to record the next meeting. That night, Victoria runs the meeting like a corporate trial, listing off every supposed violation fines, adding up to over $5,000. The room's packed, people whispering. Victoria lays out a professional rendering showing my cabin as a future luxury resort. We're ready to buy at fair market price, announces one of her business pals. It's not just about my place, it's the whole community. They're all at risk. But I'm not done yet. I have someone who wants to speak, I say, and I fire up my laptop. Now our Wi-Fi's nothing to brag about, and Jake's calling from a military base halfway around the world. But after a tense minute, his face appears on screen, camouflage uniform, concrete bunker behind him, helicopters in the distance. He speaks calm and clear. You called the cops because my dad moved a couch. That cabin is the only thing that keeps me going over here. His words hit like a sledgehammer. The room's silent. Victoria tries to cut him off, but Jake won't have it. You want to take the only place I have to heal? My dad saved for 5 years to buy that cabin. Every dollar was sacrifice. He turns to Victoria. You want to steal that because my service keeps me away. What kind of community lets that happen? Some of the board members are looking anywhere but at him. Victoria's composure cracks. That cabin should belong to people who appreciate it. She shrieks, all her fake politeness gone. Jake's voice is iron. Who doesn't appreciate it? The soldier fighting for your safety. Victoria loses it, screaming. We'll turn it into a luxury resort. Ruth stands up, cool as you please, Victoria. I've been recording all this. And that's it. Game over. In front of 30 witnesses, she confesses to the whole scheme. The vote to remove her is unanimous. 30-0. She can't even vote for herself, too busy sobbing in her chair. The board members resign one after another, desperate to distance themselves from the mess. 3 weeks later, Victoria's gone cabin sold cheap, Karma's real folks. Jake comes home, walks out onto the porch. Eyes wide, says, Dad, this place is more beautiful than I remembered. Ruth shows up, cookies in hand. Grinning, Jake, your cabin's famous video went viral. Millions watched Victoria melt down. Jake laughs. We should put up a sign, Karen Free Zone. I raise my mug. Rule 1, welcome everyone. Rule 2, no Karens allowed. The whole community's changed now. New leadership, new respect. Ruth even got elected, and her first act, protection for military families, no exceptions. And that's how a simple cabin became the symbol for standing up to HOA bullies with a little help from Afghanistan. Lesson learned, never mess with a father waiting for his soldier son to come home. If you've ever had to fight for what matters, drop your story below. Tell us, was I right or wrong to push back? When does community cross the line? Let's hear your take, because sometimes the best revenge is just letting the truth speak for itself.